We are hybrid creatures. Paul called us the mystery of the age. In Colossians 1:26, he said, this is the mystery of the age. Christ in you, the hope of glory. What that means is this. Before man was created, if you are a spirit, you are a spirit. If you are an animal, you are an animal. But when God created man, he altered the protocol. He created us with the animal frame, but he put himself on our inside. The Bible said God breathed the breath of life into the man. Genesis 2:7. And he said the man became a living soul. You have no idea who you are. You are not a mere mortal. The world thinks we are men. And so when things happen, they say we are all men. We are not all men. There are those walking on earth who are men of men, but we are men of God. A man of God is not a preacher. A man of God is not a pastor. A man of God is a being that his essence is God. And so when you open me up, you will find God there. And so when I follow men to apply principle, and principle is working, I enjoy it with them. But when the principle stops working, I leave the frequency of principle and I enter the God's principle. And the way to migrate from the realm of men to the realm of spirits is by praying in the Holy Ghost. This is why he said, he that speaketh in an unknown tongue speaketh not unto men but unto God. In the natural, he makes no sense. How be it in the spirit, he uttereth mysteries. So men can be buying and selling, I will buy and sell. Men can be applying for jobs, I will apply for job. But when I come to that wit's end, where what I'm doing is not working, like it's not working for every man, I say give me a second, and I enter my bedroom. When I enter my bedroom, I've left the realm of man, because I'm a hybrid creature. There's a human side and there's a divine side. When the human side is not working, I switch to the divine side. It may not make sense. It's in the natural, it does not make sense. But in the spirit, my God, in the spirit, when you finish praying, you step out. They say, what happened? You say, no, I went to heaven. I deployed something that is not natural. And meanwhile, you are a CEO. But that's the description men call you. In the natural, you are a CEO, but you are much more than a CEO. In the spirit, you are a warrior. You are a warrior. And so when the principles don't work, you are not hopeless. You need to learn how to build the supernatural life. The way to build the supernatural life is to maximize it. And the way you maximize it is by putting it to work, and is by stirring it. If you don't stir that life like oil, it will congeal. You will be the answer to your generation, but you will be lukewarm. You will be the answer to your generation, but you will be dead. Why do you think the devil stops you from praying? It's not that if you stop praying, it reduces anything from God. But if you stop praying, he reduces everything from you. Did you not read about Jesus on the Mount of Transfiguration? He was tired of functioning like a man. He wanted to enter his divine side. And the Bible said in Matthew 17 verse 2, as he prayed, he said the fashion of his countenance was altered. He said his raiment began to glister, and there appeared before him Moses and Elias. I don't have time to talk about that. Listen, you are in government. Sometimes you do all the calls, you do all the connections, it doesn't work. What you need is a politician that have lived before your time. And when you go to the place of prayer, you'll be shocked that while you are praying, Daniel will show up and tell you that I was once in Babylon. Men ganged up against me. This is what I did. You will talk to somebody. How do you think Jesus did it? He said Moses and Elias were talking to him about what he must do in Jerusalem. We are not alone. He said, you have come to Mount Zion, the city of the living God, to an innumerable company of angels, to the spirit of just men made perfect. You may be a businessman, things are failing. You have done everything they ought to do and it's not working. Why not go to the spirit? You may just meet Joseph, and Joseph will come to you and tell you, when I was in Egypt, he said money failed, but there was a strategy I found. And you will learn something that is not taught in Harvard Business School. You will learn something that is not taught in Lagos Business School. It's called supernatural living. They told you you will not get married. You are 38 years old. Why not go to the place of prayer? Esther may just show up and tell you how you wear favor. And when you show up, it's not only men that will seek you, even kings will begin to look for you. There is a portal in the spirit that we access through prayer. We are not disadvantaged. Every one of us is a nation. The least among us is a strong nation. We are too protected to be vulnerable. The advantage we have is in the order of the divine. In Romans chapter 8 verse 17, the Bible said we are joint heirs with Christ. That means what we have is limitless. You are not bankrupt. You have more than enough. You have just not tapped into it. When you begin to stir this life, what will come out of you, even you will be shocked. Isaiah said, I and the children the Lord has given to me, we are for signs and we are for wonders. How do you stir the life? Put pressure on it. Put pressure. When you want to build your muscles, you don't build it by sleeping. You go to the gym. When you put pressure, you'll be shocked what your muscle can become. When you want to build the powers of this life, put pressure on it, and you'll be shocked what will happen. The way you put pressure is to draw out of it every time you want to do something. I am not ordinary. I carry something that is divine. The way you put pressure on it is by stirring yourself in prayer. Sometimes you will pray for hours. As you are praying, the flesh is fighting. You stay there. Your flesh wants the prayer to stop. No way. It's not stopping. I must break the bandwidth of flesh and enter another frequency. And when you are done, even the unbelievers, when you come out, they will know that something is different. They will know. They will know. The foundation of the supernatural is the life of God. The life that makes God God is what is in you now. How come you are not living like a God? It's because you have not put pressure here. When you stir this life, you'll be amazed that you who was a beggar can suddenly sit among princes and inherit thrones. And when they look at you, they say, what happened? You say, my God is Ebenezer. I've been helped.